Hello, this is Mr. Agbamu. This is WAEC 2016 number 12. So this is a theory question. So let's look at the question together. The question says we should copy and complete the table of values correct to one decimal place for the relation. So y is equals to 3 sine x plus 2 cos x. So this is the relation we have to complete this table. And the values of theta in this question, since we are working on degrees, is on this range from 0 degrees down to 360 degrees. So x is in this range. Okay, let's see. So the table has been given. So these are the values of theta for x. So 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees down to 360 degrees. So some values have been calculated for us, like 0 degree has been solved. All you need to do in this case is, when x is 0 degrees, substitute your 0 degrees here, substitute 0 degrees here, and solve. Use your calculator and simplify it. You will see that you are going to get 2.0, because the question says we should work with one decimal place. So that is that. But now we are going to complete the table, so let's leave that for now. Then the second part of the question, which is the B part, says we should use a scale of 2 cm to 30 degrees on the x-axis. So when we are to plot this graph, on the x-axis, our 2 cm on the graph is going to be 30 degrees. So that is the scale for the x-axis. Then on the y-axis, 2 cm is going to be 1 unit. So when we get to graph stage, we shall talk on this. Then we should draw the graph of the relation y equals to 3 sine x plus 2 cos x, which is this relation, and that is the table we have, the incomplete one here. Then from there, from the graph, we can solve these two questions. 3 sine x plus 2 cos x, then 2 plus 2 cos x plus 3 sine x equals to 0. So we can solve this. Okay, I think this place there is equals to 0 here. Let me put it there. Yes, equals to 0 in this place. So 3 sine x plus 2 cos x is equals to 0. So there's 0 here. Okay, let's go straight to solution. To start, let's start with the table of values. So without wasting time, let's go straight now. So I've already prepared my table the way it's going to be. So this is the relation we are to draw the graph and to plot the table. To draw the table and to plot the graph. So this is the relation. So we start with x. Since x is known, you put your x on this place. Okay, let me just increase the font size. Okay, so that is that. So that is x. Then on this side now we have our y. Let's put our value of y here. So this is y. Take note of that. Okay. Alright. Then the next thing you need to take note of after getting your x and your y, in this question we have two terms. 3 sine x is a term plus 2 cos x. So that means you are going to substitute value of x in this place and in this point. Then you now simplify. But to make it easier and faster for you, on this part now we need to put 3 sine x. 3 sine x is going to be on this place. Let me also increase the font. Okay, then in this place we are going to have 2 cos. Okay, 2 cos x. So we are going to have that here. Alright, so that is all. So whatever value we have for 3 sine x, we are going to add it to whatever value we have for 2 cos x. So let's fill up our values that we have here. So let's move on. Okay, let me make it fast. Let me copy this one so that I will not keep typing it. Okay. Yeah, then let me paste to the same thing on that table. You just paste it here. So this is 30. This is 60. So we just need to copy the table and complete it. So that's what we are doing in our solution page. So 60, the next point is 90, then it's 90, and this is 120, this one is 150, and this is 180, and this is 210. You know the table is on 30 units from 0, 30, 60, 90, just like that, plus 30. So that's what I'm doing. Then 240 will be the next, just like that. Then we have 270. Then we move to 300. Then you move to 330. Then finally 360. So when you have done this one now, then the next thing is you need to get this value. Now you need to get the values in this place and in this place, so you can use your calculator and make your work very fast. So what you need to do now is 3 sine x. So when x is 0, you substitute x in this place to 3 times sine 0. So you simplify that, you write the result here. Then 2 times cos 0, you write the result here. So I can do it with my calculator. It can make your work fast for you. So we have 3 sine 0 is equals to 0. Then let's go to 2 cos 0. We don't have time to waste. 2 cos 0 is 2. So this is 0 plus 2. We put it down there. So this is 0. This is 2. So that is all with that. Then the same with this. So without wasting time now, some of these values we already know, like 30 now. Sine 30 is 0.5. So 3 times 0.5, this one will give us 1.5. Put that fast without wasting time. Then cos 30, can simplify that. Let's see. Then cos 30 now. 2 cos 30. She gave us 1.7. Remember the question said we should maintain one decimal. So this is 1.7. Put your 1.7 here. 1.7. Then in this place, 3 sine x. Go fast. 3 sine x. So when x is 30 degrees, let's put this one. When x is we're in 60 now, so 60 is giving us 2.4. When you approximate this, sorry, 2.6. You have 2.6, so we'll put that one there. So this is 2.6. Then let's get, so cos 60 is also 0.5. So 0.5, so this is going to give us 1. So let's put it down there like that, 1. Then 90, let's see sine 90, what it will give us when you check. So let's move. So I have sine 90. So this is 3 sine 90. This is 3. You put it down there, 3. Then in this place, 2 cos 90. Cos 90 should be 0. So you have cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. So this place is going to be 0. So you do like that for all. You just continue like that till you are through with all this play. Then you now do the final addition to get your values for y. Okay, you can see we are through with everything. I just skip so that because of time, so that we'll do fast and complete everything. Then now the next thing is to do your addition. So the first one is 0 plus 2. So you have 2 here. Then this is 1.5 plus 1.7. This is 1 plus, this is 2. Remember 1, that is 3. We have 3.2. Then this is going to give you 3.6. 2.6 plus 1 is going to give you 2.6, and this is going to give us 3. Then when you subtract 2 minus 1, this is going to give you 1.6. Then this is 1.5 minus 1.7, so this is going to give us a negative answer. Just check with your calculator, make sure you are checking all these values to be sure that we are correct. I think this is going to be 0.2. When you check, 7 minus 5 is 2, 1 minus 1 is 0, so it's minus 0.2 since 1.5 is less. Then this is going to give us minus 2, and this minus to 0 minus 2 is minus 2. Then this is going to give us minus, since both of them are negative, so you are having negative 3.2. So just make sure you check the calculations with your calculator very well to avoid mistake. Then this is going to give us minus, this is 3 minus 3.6, and this is going to give us minus 3. Then this we are going to have minus 1 point, that's 1 minus, so minus 1.6. Then this is going to give us 0.2. This is 7 minus 5 is 2. Then 1 minus 1, 0.2. Then this is going to give us 2. So with this we have copied and complete the table. So the table is set. Just take your time, make sure you substitute the values of x starting from 0, 30, 60. Make sure you substitute them into this position and make sure you times very well. 3 times sine 0, you will get this. 3 times sine 30, you will get it just like that. Then 2 times cos 0, you will get this value. 2 times cos 30, just like that. Settle down, don't rush while answering this kind of question to avoid mistakes. That's why you need to keep practicing so that when you are used to it and it comes out in your exam, especially in WAEC exam, you see that you do it in less than 15 to 20 minutes. You should be through with this question. At most 20 minutes, you are through with answering of this question if you practice very well. So that is all with the table. Then before you go to your graph, you need to check. You know, they gave us some values on the table. You need to check. For example, they gave us for 0, the answer is 2.0. Let's check. You need to compare, so it's correct. Since we are maintaining one decimal, don't forget to put your 0.0. It's very, very important. Don't forget 0.0. All those whole numbers, put your 0.0. All these are very, very important in WAEC marking scheme. So you need to put it 0.0. Since the question says to one decimal. Then the other one that is given, 90 is given at 3.0, 120 is given at 1.6. Make sure you check to be sure you are not making mistakes. So 90 is correct, 3.0, 120, 1.6. So we are in order. Then the other ones that are given, 180 minus 2.0. So 180 minus 2.0 is correct. Then the other one that is given, minus 3.6 for 240, minus 3.0 for 270. So we are correct. Minus 3.6 minus 3.0, then 2.0 for 360. So we're in order. So now that everything is correct, now let's go to the B part of the question, which is using a scale of 2 cm to 30 degrees on the x-axis and 2 cm to 1 unit on the y-axis to draw the graph of this relation. So I've also set my graph down. So let me show you my graph paper. I've done the scale and everything. I've arranged it. So this is it. You can see my y-axis here. You can see my x-axis. So, and this is 2 cm box. You can see them. So everything is set already, and we set 2 cm to represent 30 degrees. Let's go to the question. It says 2 cm to represent 30 degrees. You can see, so for every 2 cm box, you put your 30 degrees. So that is what I've done in this place. So this is 0 where the y and the x-axis meet. You can see because of no negative number for values for x-axis, so that's why I came to this end of the graph. So try to manage your graph so that you not keep cleaning and cleaning when plotting to avoid roughness, so that your graph will be neat. So go to one end. When your graph cannot accommodate it in one length, you can turn the graph. Understand what I mean? You can turn it to the longer side. you can draw on the longer side instead of using the shorter side of your graph. Just take note of what I'm saying, but make sure everything is in order. So this is 0 degrees, the next 2 centimeters, 30 degrees, just like that, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, 21, 20, down to 360 degrees. Then on the y-axis, the scale we should use is 2 centimeters to 1 unit. So you know 1 unit is multiples of 1, which is 1, 2, 3, just like that, 4, so we keep going, 5. So I just stop at 4 since the highest values in the table is 3.6. Then the same thing with the negative side, up to I stop at -4 in my writing. See, I didn't put 5 since my highest value is -3.6 on the table. So with this table and graph paper is complete, you draw your graph. Then the next thing is to start plotting your points. So that is that. So when you do that, that means you have already drawn the graph of this relation. So let's plot the graph and see, so that after plotting we can now solve the 2 equations that is being asked, and that is the end of the question. So now we start when x is 0, y is 2. So that is that. When x is 0, y is 2, you get your point, you get your pencil. Let me check. Okay, I don't want the value to show. Okay, so when x is 0, y is 2, which is this place, you mark the point. You can use any symbol you wish in your graph. So let me use this 0 mark here. Okay, then the next point, let's go fast. When x is 30, y is 3.2. So 30, 3.2. So this is 3, this 3.2. You know, this is my box. I need to count 2 units on each of these boxes. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, then you get to 10. So this is 3.2, 3.4, 3.6, just like that. Let me show you what I mean. This is it. 3.2, 3.4, 3.6, 3.8, then before you get to 4. But there are some graphs that have 9 lines interval. This one is 4 lines interval, 1, 2, 3, 4. If your own is the graph that have 9 lines interval, so this, there will be a line here that will be 1, 3.1, 3.2, just like that, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9, before you get to 4. So this is 3.2, this place. So I'll just mark it there. The 3.2, I'll get the point here. Alright, so let's go on. We have 60 degrees to 3.6. So 60 degrees to 3.6. So 3.2, 4, 6, 3.6. Then we'll move 90 degrees to 3.0. 90 degrees to 3.0, which is this point 3. Mark it. Then the next one is 120 degrees to 1.6. 120 degrees to 1.6, 1.246. So this is what you are marking. Then the next one is 150 degrees to -0.2. So 150 degrees, which is here, to -0.2. So this is 0.2. See, it's on this point. So I'll just mark there. So this is the point. Then the next one is 180 to -2.0. 180 to -2.0. So this is -2.0, which is this point. Then we are in 210 now to -3.2. 210 to -3. So this -3. -3.2 is here. Mark it. Let me move my graph upward a little. Okay. Alright. Then we are in 240 now. When x is 240, y is -3.6. So 240, let's get our point. 240 to -3.6. So this is 3.0, 3.2, 3.4, 3.6. You mark. Then we move again. 270 to -3.0. 270 -3.0, which is this point. You mark it. Then 300 to -1.6. 300 to -1.6. This is -1.6. You mark that point. Then The next one is 330 to 0.2. 330 to 0.2. So this is 0.2. We mark that point. Then finally 360 to, okay, this place is positive. It's positive 0.2. Let's go and correct it. 330 to 0.2. So is this place I'll mark, not here. So let me undo that one to remove it. So is this place positive 0.2. So this line is 0, this is 0.2. Then finally 360 to 2. We come and mark 2. So that is all about our points location. So we have located all the points. The next thing is to draw the curve. We need a smooth curve. You can use your French curve to get this smooth curve. Some people know how to use a broomstick. You can use a broomstick to do yours. So let me get my freehand pen here. Let me use this. Though it may not be too smooth, but I just want you to do yours. Make sure your own is very neat. So I'll try and go gently in this so that we can get our result. Take note, it's a curve, not a straight line. So don't draw a straight line with your ruler. I'm just trying to be careful so that our answers will be at least just a few decimal difference, maybe 0.01 difference. Just make sure you go through and follow the point. Just follow the point gently. So you can see how I'm joining them. It's a curve. Just follow it. Okay. Just follow down till you get to the last point. Yes, so that is it. Alright, so we have gotten what we want. So now we have joined the points. You can see them. This is okay now. Then the next thing is to answer what the question wants us to do now. Let's go to the question now. It says, so we have done the B part of the question. That is all about B part. So you have drawn the graph of the relation. So that is all. So B is complete, no mistake, everything is perfect. Just make sure your curve is smooth and neat. The next thing is to solve. So use your graph to solve 3 sine x plus 2 cos x equal to 0. Remember the graph we just plotted is 3 sine x plus 2 cos x. So if you have to solve this same graph when y is equals to 0, you can see all they just did here is to remove y and make it 0. So if this y is equals to 0, that means you are looking for where y is 0, what will be the value of x on that graph. So what we mean by that is this. So what we mean by that is this. You check this point when y is 0. See, when y is 0, what is the value of x? So this is one point value of x here, and this is another point. So you just need to read it. So since this graph is a 30-degree unit graph now for the x-axis, since the scale is 30 degree, so we need to know how to count in between now. So if I take this point out, okay, let's say 30 divided by 5 is giving us 6. So this is 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So we are counting in 6. So I'm going to count in this place. This is 126, 130, 136. Or let me check well again. We're counting in 6. Okay, this is 126, 132. Sorry, this is 26. This is 132, 138. In 38 plus 6, we have 144. In this place is 144, then down to 150. So you can see that the graph is very close to 150. So we can just, if this is 144, so we can just take this one to, let's say, 149. So some people may take 149, depending on how you draw your scale, your curve. Some may take 148, but it's not touching 150. You can see it. So let me take 149. So all you need to do in this first case is to come and write your solution page. Let me move this up. so that we'll get the in your solution page. You write now for the C part. Now you just get your C. So this C we are answering now. You just say C number 1, don't forget, that is CI. The solution is, the solution for the first one now is, so we have the first answer, which is 149 degrees. Let me use math mode. 149 degrees. Let me increase the font. Okay, so 149 degrees. And no, there are two answers. So let's read the second one so that we can move on. So 149 degrees, and so the other one is here where the graph crosses the y-axis. So this is 300. So this is going to be 306 plus 6 again. But let me just come from here because of time. So this is 330. 330 minus 6. Let's get this place. So this is 324. So this 324 is here. So you can see 24, 25, so it's almost 26. So let me just take 326. So you can take 320. Some people can take 325. Some can take 327, but it's around that range. You can see it's very close to 324. This 24 is this mark. So 326. I can take 26. 27 should be somewhere here. 28, 29 before you get to 30. So let me take 326 here. You know, when they are marking your WAEC question, they follow a standard. So take note of that. They can take a tolerance of maybe 0 plus 0.01 plus or minus 0.01. It depends on the marking scheme. So you must be in that range, or plus 0.5 or minus 0.5. So this is the answer for number C1. So that is all. Then C2, let's go to number C2. So C2 now, if you look at C2 very well, it says we should solve this relation now. Use your graph to solve this. So this is 2 plus 2 cos x plus 3 sin x equal to 0. If you remember now, the graph we plotted is 3 sin x plus 2 cos x. So this is the graph we plotted equals to y. But now we have it equals to 0 now. But they added another thing here, plus 2. Let's take this 2, cross this 2 over to this place. Let me copy it so that we'll make it fast. If you take this 2 over to this place, something like this. So in your next step, something like this now. Take this 2 to this side. Take this 2 to this side. It will now become minus 2. I mean, my plus 2 will become minus 2 when it goes to this side. And let me remove it from this side. So take plus 2 to this side, become minus 2. Then this is now the equation. If you now compare it to the graph you just plotted now, the graph you plotted is 3 sin x plus 2 cos x. You can see 3 sin x plus 2 cos x. They just change the position of 3 sin x and 2 cos x to confuse some few students that don't really understand it very well. So if you are very smart, you will see that 3 sin x plus 2 cos x is the same thing as what we have here. See? So they are the same. But this time around, not equal to 0. It's equals to minus 2. So since it's equals to minus 2, all you need to do, you go and check when y is minus 2. Remember the first one we saw, we said when y is 0, what is the value of x? So it is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. Now, what is the value of x when y is minus 2? So take note of that. So I'll just go to my graph. So when y is minus 2, so this is minus 2, just get your line and get your straight line. Let me use a segment. Get a straight line from this point, minus 2, down. So you are looking for where the graph, where it crosses these two axes, something like this. Let's take it to somewhere here. You know, you are using ruler to do this in your paper, you draw a line from -2, draw a straight line, and most times this straight line need to be a broken line. So let's make it broken lines. So it need to be broken lines like this. Let's increase the thickness so that you can see it bold. Okay, let's leave it at 8 so you can see it. So this -2 is going straight. So when y is -2, what is the value of x? So just come here and trace it up. So one of the answer is already 1/8. So we need to, let me remove this point here. So I don't need this point. Don't need this point because on your graph paper this point will not be there. Then all you need to do next is to trace this one now. So you trace this point down to this point, then where it touches this where it touches the graph, trace here down to this point. Use ruler and do this one. Just make sure it's very neat and clear. Then we need broken lines here. So let's increase the, let me leave it at 8 also. Same thing with this, you need broken lines here. This one. Okay. Done it so much. Undo. Okay. So let me put broken lines here. Alright. Then we need thickness of, let's say, 8. Okay, so all this you use your pencil and your ruler to do all this. So you can see then, so what this question is talking about here is when this graph is equals to -2, that means, and this graph we plotted is equals to y. So when y is -2, just go to your graph paper, from -2 draw a straight line, use broken line, where it crosses the graph here, trace it up to the x-axis. So this value is what we need. You need this one, then come here, trace it up to the x-axis. You need this. So this is our two answers for the second part. So this is already touching 180 degrees. So one of the answer is 180 degrees. Then the other one is touching 290 what now? Let's see. So 300 minus 6. So this is 294. So this is 294. So 294 and 180. So you just write it down as a solution. Now say the solution is, you just put it there, 180 degrees, 180 degrees and 294 degrees. So that is all about this question. That is everything you need to know about this question. So the question is over, and that is all. It's not a difficult one. Just make sure you follow the step very well. Get your table first, complete the table, use your calculator very well, substitute the values of x into sine x and cos x. Make sure you times by 3 and 2 very well. Get this one, add it very well, you get a result. Then get your scale on your graph, the scale that is given, make sure you follow it well, plot the point very well. You can see my curve. I try to use my free hand in the system, so that in case you don't have a French curve, you can also use freehand. Just settle down and make a smooth curve. At least this curve is neat enough, it's not too rough. Just do the same. Then to solve the two solutions they ask you now, which is 3 sine x plus 2 cos x equal to 0. That means y is 0 in this case. Since this is the graph we just plotted, which is this. So when y is 0, you go to your graph. When y is 0, this is the values of x where it crosses the x axis. You read this value on your graph, you read this value. So that is the first solution. Then the second solution is you need to arrange this second equation to be in the form of this equation we just solved. So by doing that, 2 need to cross over to the other side, now become -2. So when it's -2, this other side also remains the same. That is the graph we just plotted. 3 sine x plus 2 cos x, then this one will not be for y. So when y is minus 2, you come to your graph. From minus 2, you draw your straight line. Use broken lines like this. Where it crosses the graph, this point and this point, trace it up to your x-axis, trace it up. So this one meets x-axis at 180 degrees, while this other one meets x-axis at 294 degrees. So that is the two answer, and that is all about this question. So I hope you understand all I did today, the explanation. Just take your time and go through the lesson, look at the question, follow it step by step. You see that it's not a difficult one. So do have a nice day. Take care.